Alright, what is up guys? It is Robert of Gaming with Me, and welcome to a video talking about skipping school to play video games. It's funny because it's a topic that I've discussed on the channel before, but I've never made just a video about it, and it's a topic that's on YouTube that I've seen some videos on that I've personally done a few times, and it's always been awesome when it's happened. If you don't know, I don't like school. I never liked school ever. People sometimes like their high school years, though I enjoy my college years. No. I didn't like any year. School is awful to me. So the less time I had to be there, the better. One thing I did love was video games. And, I don't think I ever skipped school during like 8th grade and below. I went to a school where it was like pre-K to 8th grade. There was no middle school or anything. That was just where I went. But it was high school when I started like skipping school to play some video games. The funny thing about this is that a lot of people will be like, oh, what did your parents think? Well, my mom was in cahoots with me and actually helped me get out of classes so I can go play games. It was awesome. She did this because it's not like I was doing that all the time. It's like I got good grades, and just like with jobs, right? You get PTO, you get time off. School, you don't. You gotta go, and it's kind of stupid when you think it is dumb, and so it made sense that it's like I kind of saved like days that I was like, all right, I want to stay home, was for important video game days that I felt was like, yeah, this is a game that I really, really want to play. And it was the same thing with jobs after it. I mean, I would take off of work to play games, something I'm very excited about. It obviously wasn't super often, but when it's a game that I'm like dying for, stuff that I'm like waiting for years and years and years. So it'd be like maybe once a year, twice a year, maybe something like that. That'd be a game that is like really up that hype echelon for me to be like, hey, can I just not go to school this day? And my mom was like, yeah, sure. So I was trying to think. I'm pretty sure I didn't go to school for 5 games. Like that's what I was thinking. I'm pretty sure. The first game is the more memorable one, which is Mario Kart 8. I was very excited for this game. I don't know why I didn't take the whole day off, but the funniest part about this whole story is that my mom, I was able to convince my mom to pick me up early out of school to pick up Mario Kart 8. And she just essentially straight up lies to the school, to my high school, and says, he has a doctor's appointment. I guess they don't need proof of like doctor's appointment thing, but just like, hey, I'm picking him out of school. And I went, and it was like the middle of the school day, so it was like a half day for me, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get Mario Kart 8, I can't wait. And that was great. That was just an amazing moment. It'll always stick in my memory, where it's just like so funny that it's like we lied to the school about going to a doctor's appointment when instead I'm gonna go pick up Mario Kart 8 and play it for a ton of time throughout the weekend. And it was just such a great, memorable moment in terms of that, for sure. Then for other games was throughout that year, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. I had Splatoon the following year, and that same year was also Super Mario Maker. And then I think the last time I did it was 2017, which is when I graduated high school, which is about 8 years ago now or something like that. It's crazy. And that was for Breath of the Wild and the Switch. To be fair, I also didn't go to school. I don't even know. Like, it was funny because that last few weeks of senior year, you're out of school, but they still want you to come to school. I legit didn't go like the last 2 weeks of school. I honestly don't know how I graduated that one, because I definitely had like way more absences. I think I had like a full month of absences my senior year of high school, because it was just I was so done, man. You know, especially that last 2 weeks you do like nothing, but you still got to show up. Especially that last, like the second to last week. But I ended up going to E3 that year, which was one of the greatest things in my life. Which, I mean, that's another video game related thing. Throughout that last couple weeks, I ended up going to E3 in 2017 and had just literally one of the greatest times of my life. Going to the Nintendo booth, doing the ARMS tournament, you know, being in that VIP section, that'll always be a classic memory in my mind and will always be just one of the coolest and most surreal things ever. And, you know, I have the footage, but no, you know, Nintendo doesn't have it on up anymore on their channel, thanks to some predator activities from D1 and stuff, and unfortunately they had to remove it. But that was my only way on the Nintendo channel. I think I'm on. I remember looking up. I think I'm still on like Nintendo of Spain or something, like some other country. I'm still up on one of them. I don't know which one. I have to check again, but I am still on some Nintendo channel. I don't remember which one. So yeah, I ended up doing that, and then that last week I ended up just working instead of actually going to school, because especially that last week is like super pointless. But that was a solid month of absences, and technically I should have failed, but hey, I didn't. Cool. Another thing I did was during June of 2016. Like, as you can tell, I'm a big Nintendo guy. You know, I love my Nintendo. Especially the big one, like a 3D Mario, a Mario Kart, Splatoon was one, and Smash. Those are like top tier in my mind. But what I did was, this is gonna sound crazy. So from where I used to live to where my high school was like a mile. So it was literally like I lived like 24 blocks away from the school or something like that, and it was definitely like legit a mile. So yeah, I just looked it up. It is literally over a mile. It's almost like a mile and a half of walking from my house to the high school, and I don't even remember. It was just like halfway through the day or whatever. E3 was going on. I guess it was 2015, and my ass ran home to watch the Nintendo E3 because I had to, man. So excited. And it was if I remember it being a disappointing E3, that's when they announced Amiibo Festival, and I was dying for a new Animal Crossing, and they showed that, and I was so devastated. But I remember Star Fox Zero was looking nice, looking really fun, stuff like that. But it was like a 30-minute, you know, just having to run. It was like a free period or something like that. I think I had lunch or free period. Then I was gonna skip one class, and then I had to go to like the last class because they were taking attendance. Absolutely. So I ran there, and then like when the direct was done, my mom comes into the house, and she's like, "What are you doing there?" And I'm like, "I had to watch the Nintendo E3." And she's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, and I'm like, "Yeah, but I gotta go back because the last period is gonna take attendance." She's like, "Oh, I'll drive you back," which was awesome. And I love how nonchalant that is. You know what I mean? It's like my mom's just like, now, you know, some parents would be like, "How? What are you doing?" Like, that's what's funny is, and different from other videos that I've seen on YouTube. Like, a lot of parents were very like, "Oh, you know, it's like hiding from your parents that you're skipping school to go do video game stuff, or, you know, asking your parents to skip a class so you could play video games and check out a new game. You know, it would be forbidden." But my mom was cool about it, man. She was understanding about it. She knows I love these games, that I have a huge passion for these games. I love the video games, and she was just very understanding with it. And I just had a great mom, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And it was just awesome. It was awesome, and that was another like moment that would be always funny. That just running the mile to catch that Nintendo press conference, and then literally we drive back. afterwards, which was very funny. All these games, you know, I played like 24 hours straight, man. There's not a lot of games that I would do that for. I don't even remember the last game that I did that for. I think it would be probably Animal Crossing in 2020. I'm pretty sure I just played a whole day's worth of that game immediately that first day. I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, no, I probably did that for Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, I did that for Mario Wonder. As you can tell, I like my Nintendo games. But yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Mario Brothers Wonder, I did play like all day, all night, like at that midnight. And I plan to do that same for the Switch 2 and Mario Kart World. I'm gonna play all day, all night for that 24 hours. Because it's always nice when, like, epic when you get like a game that you're really hyped for. The only like non-Nintendo thing that I do that for is like Naughty Dog. Like I played The Last of Us Part 2. I finished that in what 2-3 days in a weekend, and I played that like 24 hours straight. I was so super excited for it. But yeah, that was like those moments in time why I would skip school, is because it was games I was super excited for, and I like saved that time. You know, I wasn't just skipping school to skip school. It was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. This day I'm going to not go to school. This day I'm not gonna go to school. Like I had blocks already because I was like, I have to play this game day one. You know, and you know, looking back, it's like, yeah, I mean, I would have taken more days off, man. Oh man, honestly, school was so pointless for me. Really, it really was. I mean, arguably, you know, especially like high school and stuff, most things are going to be super pointless. You're not going to use most of the things that you learn, and you're going to forget a lot of the things that you learn because it's just a lot of not very useful things in your life. It is what it is, you know. Everyone has to go through. Well, I guess you don't. You could get a GED, but you know, it is what it is. Not a big deal, but it does create memories like that is always just very funny, and I always look back on it fondly. You know, being taken out of school early for Mario Kart, or skipping school, just not going for video games. Luckily, you know, again, I live with my mom. You know, I don't think my dad would accept me not going to school for video games. I don't think he would have done that. I think that would actually be a different story. And you know, I don't even know if I'd be having this topic right now, but that's just you know, different person that doesn't quite understand my passion for games. But yeah, that's my stories on when I skipped school to play some video games. I'm sure it was definitely a big ramble and going all over the place, jumping between years and timelines. But it's a video I thought would be a fun little topic to do. You know, let me know. Did you ever skip school to play video games? Did you ever pick up new games that way? Were your parents a part of your gaming life? Did they like that you played games? Were they, you know, against you skipping school? Were they not opposed to it? Were they like, yeah, hey, take a day off, you know? If you're a student, it's like, yeah, take a few days off for yourself, you know? But yeah, I mean, that last senior year, I definitely, that last 2 weeks, I was not even there. I was like, I'm gone early. I'm out, man. I've graduated. I'm leaving. I didn't even go to my graduation. This is a whole other topic. But yeah, I didn't even go to my graduation. I just walked in to get my diploma like months later because I was like, I'm not spending time. My last name is one of the first ones called, and I'd be waiting for hours. Fuck that. Hell no. I am not going. I was in California, I think. I don't remember. Oh no, I think I was working. I don't remember. It don't matter. But yeah, let me know. Did you ever skip school for some games? And what games were they? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time. Yeah. This is going nowhere, this video. Peace. I'm an outsider trying to bounce high. I'm a down soft, but I doubt fire. Ain't no coward, yeah, I got courage. Ain't stop until my account floors. I'm the underdog, yeah, I'm outclassed, but I fuck around till that game master. I stuck around, better stay back. If you hunt around, you better hit the tracks. Buckle in, just enjoy the ride. But life's better when you not strapped. What is the purpose of life? Filling up time until you die. Never know it's your last surprise. Go out.